What's going on, Schmoville? I'm Kristian, and Mark, you look slick today, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I got dressed up for Black Panther. Am I right?
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to take this away. F Mark, you didn't get a chance to see it. It's RB3. He's here. We saw Black Panther together, and man, I'm not going to try to tease you like, oh, we'll talk about the movie. What it's about? This movie was awesome. We're going to start it from there. I felt that way. How'd you feel?
I thought it was amazing, man. It's everything I hoped for and much more. So,
well, all right, let's get into the overall plot of this thing. Like, I didn't know much about Black Panther. I didn't read the comics when I was younger. The story. You have T'Challa, who is obviously played by Chadwick Boseman, not Chadwick Boseman, as Tom Dinino would say, but Chadwick Boseman, who is, once again, we're coming off the events of Civil War, but we get to see now what has happened with him. He's going to become king of Wakanda, and things don't go the way that he might think. There are people challenging his rule, but then somebody else comes into play, and that would be Michael B. Jordan and, of course, Andy Serkis. So that's really what you need to know as far as the overall plot. It's Ryan Coogler who directs this, who directed Creed and Fruitvale Station, two movies that I just loved, and add a third one to the mix here in Black Panther. The emotion is there. The character development is there. The music, the soundtrack, the score, the soundtrack, everything about this movie just fits together. I had one part of this movie that I felt like it started to kind of fizzle out just a second, and then right when you thought it was going to, engines kick back in, and it just zooms to the finish.
Yeah, no, I think that's the biggest part of this movie is the way it connects so many different characters and establishes the world of Wakanda. And we're seeing for the first time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we see it established in like Age of Ultron and Civil War, obviously, but you don't really need to watch any of the other MCU movies to get a good understanding of this film. I think the whole aspects when it comes to the soldiers that surround him, I'm not sure exactly.
Well, I'm certainly not going to get it.
Right, yeah. But the ladies that surround King T'Challa and support him, and that is a fantastic force that's put in the forefront. But it cannot be understated how crucial this movie is without Michael B. Jordan playing Eric Killmonger.
100%. Killmonger is, I would say, if not the best villain, he's certainly up there with Loki, as they're fighting for it at the top. And I'll tell you the reason why is because what all of these characters had in this movie was depth. Every character, whether it is T'Challa's sister, who was a standout as well, there were so many people, Lupita Nyong'o, there were so many characters in this movie, and they all had depth. And normally in Marvel movies, a lot of characters have depth, but the villains normally don't. That is not the case here with Killmonger. I mean, you understand exactly what his purpose, and we say it a million times over. A good villain doesn't think he's a villain and has a purpose for what he's doing. And man, is there a purpose for this character.
Yeah, I mean, he has an agenda. He has something he's fighting for. And a lot of this movie is kind of adapted from the Black Panther comic, Panther's Rage, where kind of the similar plot that this movie establishes. But what this movie does really well is take a lot of the iconic images in that and brings a cool update to the Black Panther character as well. So you see like the weaponry he uses, very Wakandian, high technology, high technological and medical equipment that they have there is kind of like taken from the aesthetic of like Astrofuturism, and that's something we haven't seen on film before. So the way like the technology is incorporated into the King and all of his surrounders, and with Eric Killmonger, really adds another element of surprise to this movie.
It absolutely does, because like you said, there's an element of like James Bond to it at times. There's just so much going on in this movie that you're just there, you're invested. And I think what makes a really good movie like this, because I thought about it again after I saw it, and I kept thinking about this movie and enjoying it more and more as I thought about it, because there's so many memorable moments. I've seen the movie once, and I can tell you a lot about it. And sometimes after you see a movie after a couple of days, you kind of forget some things about it. I remember so much, and I can almost backtrack the entire movie of how it went from start to finish. And that really is, I think, a testament to Ryan Coogler. He is 32 years old or whatever he is, and he seems like a guy that's been around for 30 or 40 years. I mean, as far as directing. And he is just, the guy is just getting better and better and knows how to develop characters in this emotional way that you're invested in. He's done it on a small scale with Fruitvale Station. He's now done it on a larger scale in the Marvel Station. This guy is a rising star. He is as much as great as every single actor is in this movie. Ryan Coogler, once again, is the star of this film.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, the directing style, the choices he makes, the editing, the way the music is incorporated, the music being done by Eric Guransom, who is largely
Creed, right?
Yeah, he did Creed, and he's largely known for also producing hip hop music. So he's he was also a big part in the soundtrack for this movie, and that's another part of the film that I find is a standout. The score and the soundtrack, probably one of the best composed Marvel movies we've ever seen.
Yeah, I really, once again, enjoyed what they did with this movie, enjoyed what the talented overall. Martin Freeman, I thought they did some good things with his characters. I was worried at one point, but Andy Serkis, super powerful in the film, amazing. His presence is just powerful. What he does, the arc with Claw, it worked for me. But like I said, there was just one particular moment that started to slow down for me, and I was starting to get a little nervous, and then those concerns were gone. But because of that, I'm still going pretty high. I'm going to go 4.5 out of 5 schmoes for Black Panther. I think that it was well deserved, and it was just that one little moment.
Yeah, I mean, and we didn't even get to mention like the big supporting cast in this: Forrest Whitaker, Angela Bassett, Winston Duke, Daniel Kaluuya. There's so many great, amazing.
Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling K. Brown, had a good part in this too. And like you said, everybody had depth, and everybody had this richness to them. Lupita Nyong'o as well. My only problem with this movie is that there's so much of the supporting cast. There's kind of moments where he's like the king, the Black Panther, T'Challa. He's kind of being overshadowed in some parts too. Yeah, and it's a strength, but it's also it's somewhat of a a negative when you're talking about origin story. That being said, though, still a fantastic movie, and I rank it probably just as high as you. I'd probably go a little lower, 4.4 schmoes.
4.4 schmoes. Yeah. All right, well, there you go. And this is a movie that I think, obviously, we know the importance of this film. We know that culturally how important this movie is, but overall, it's an important movie in general for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What it's also able to do is keep itself, for the most part, contained in Wakanda. It doesn't have to explore all these different places in order for it to be this big action movie. It's a personal story. It really is about the acceptance and understanding of now what T'Challa is going to have to do just in general as king. So go ahead. What do you guys think? Are you going to go see it? What did you think of the movie? If you did see it, comment and let us know exactly what you thought. And also, the obvious, right over here. There's an episode of the Harloff and Ella show if you want that. Some more reviews over there. You like this shirt? Well, you can buy it. How about that? Just click on that stupid little thing there. Bye.